Hi, want to know how to get an Altium certification for free? Yes, you only need an email account. And this is a valuable certification that you can share with your LinkedIn network or even include in your CV to showcase your PCB design skills. In this video, we will register an Altium account, then enroll for certification program through Altium Student Lab. I will share an overview of each module. Finally, we will complete the assessment and download the certification. Let's start by Googling Altium. Go to the official Altium website. On the top right hand corner of the web page, you will see Sign In. Click Sign In. Here, click on Register an account. Enter your email address and click Continue. Then check for a mail from Altium. Open that mail and click Confirm your email button. On this form, enter your first and last name. Then create a password according to the given criteria. When you are done, click Register an account button. Then go to Altium Student Lab and sign in with your accounts. It's your email and password and click Sign In. Click Explore the Lab. It will direct you to the course curriculum page. Here click Explore Courses. So that will direct you to the course page. And click the big beautiful blue button, right? Enroll for free. Not quite. It just redirects you to Altium Student Lab page. It may work for you, so try it out and let me know down in the comments. But I'll show you the method that I use. So go back to the PCB design course page and scroll down until you see the course curriculum. Here you will see all the units or the modules. There are 6 modules you need to complete. After that, you can complete Altium Education Course Quiz module. Then you will get the certificate. You need to enroll for each unit. So click the module and it will send you to the enrollment page. Here just click the Enroll Now button. So for the first enrollment, you need to enter your name and email on this form and click Send Code. Then go back to your email and copy the verification code sent by Altium Education. Then paste the code and click Verify button to complete the enrollment. Now let's dive into each module and get an overview of the course content. Hopefully it helps you decide if this course is good for you. Unit 1, Introduction to PCB Design. This module is for beginners to help build the foundational understanding of what PCBs are and why design matters. Here you will get an overview of the PCB design flow, from the concept to schematic, layout and fabrication. You will get an introduction to PCB terminologies like PCB layout, traces, layers, PCB stack-up, and you will get an introduction to PCB file types like schematics, BOMs, PCB layout, libraries, and finally you will get a brief explanation of the Altium design interface and a guide to creating your first project. When you complete the module, answer the quiz at the end. There will be similar quizzes for each unit. Unit 2 is Schematics and Libraries. In this module, you will learn how to create circuit schematics and manage component data. Here, the structure of schematic and main elements are explained, like components, resistors, connectors, and ports like power ports, ground ports, and other important information included in schematics like net name, ref disk, component MPNs, and their values. You'll get an introduction to multi-part symbols, understanding schematic symbols and pin mapping, an introduction to hierarchical and flat schematic types, and when to use them, how to find suitable components for your projects, using manufacturer part search or component panel and online resources like Octobot. And then the transition from schematic to PCB layout and creating the PCB stack-up. As usual, you need to answer the quiz at the bottom. Unit 3 is PCB layout. Here, the transition from schematic to board layout is explained. You'll get an introduction to PCB structure like layers, wires, through-hole and surface mount component, and we'll go through the PCB design workflow, understanding of layers like top layers, bottom layers, what are mechanical layers, cell screen, and design rule setup for clearance, track width, wire size, defining board shape and layouting components, placing component efficiently for routing and manufacturability, aligning components for good signal flow and aesthetics, and most importantly, common layout mistakes for beginners. Unit 4, Routing and Basic Signal Integrity. Here you will learn how to connect nets with optimal routing techniques and avoid electrical issues. You'll get an introduction to routing terms like traces, polygons, wire sizes, styles, microstrips and strip lines, trace width calculation methods, importance of using ground planes and return paths, and routing of digital buses like I2C, SPI, and UART. High-speed routing techniques using differential pairs and impedance matching. Understanding signal integrity, how trace length, impedance, and coupling affect signals. Introduction to EMI, radiated and conducted, techniques to reduce crosstalk and noise. Unit 5, PCB manufacturing. In this module, the preparation of a PCB design for manufacturing is explained. You will get an introduction to the PCB manufacturing file types like Gerber files, NC drill files, and fabrication drawing. Also, files required for PCB assembly like BOM, pick and place files, and assembly drawings. You will get an understanding of the importance of DFM and DFA consideration during PCB design. Overview of PCB manufacturing process and introduction to the PCB assembly process. Introduction to common surface finish methods like ENIC, HASL, and hard gold. Methods to protect your PCB from environmental damage like conformal coating. Thermal interface materials used to provide good thermal conductivity between hot components and heat sinks, and EMI shielding material. Unit 6, Fundamentals of Purchasing and Supply Chain. In this module, component sourcing, BOM management, and real-world production readiness is explained. You will get an introduction to fundamentals of purchasing and elements of a PO. How to create a bill of material in Altium design. Understanding part attributes like MPN, manufacturer, supplier, quantity, and price. Using manufacturer part search tool in Altium. Avoiding obsolete or unavailable components. Importance of DFP in real-world projects. Overview of how supply chain affects PCB lead time and cost. Integrating component lifecycle information into design. Prepping your project for smooth handoff to manufacturing team. After completing all 6 units, you can start the Altium Education Course quiz. There is an introduction about the quiz. To download the certification, you need to complete the quiz with 80% or higher score, and you will get 5 attempts to pass. Don't worry, it's not that difficult. Then answer the 10 questions and click complete and continue. You will see the certification with your name. Click download to get your copy. Congrats on your Altium certification. Cheers!